Incorporating Stoic philosophy into this content could involve emphasizing the importance of personal integrity and self-respect, regardless of external pressures or expectations. Here's how you might integrate Stoic principles into the passage. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to delve into a topic that aligns with Stoic principles of self-mastery and integrity. It's about maintaining our inner integrity, even in the face of societal pressures or the desire to please others. As Stoics, we understand the importance of acting in accordance with our own principles and values, rather than simply seeking to please others. This means not allowing anyone, regardless of gender, to persuade us into actions that compromise our own sense of integrity. While it's admirable to want to bring happiness to those around us, it's equally crucial to prioritize our own well-being and authenticity. This includes being mindful of the boundaries we set for ourselves, especially in the realm of dating. So let's discuss some habits that may seem nice on the surface, but can ultimately erode our self-respect and authenticity in the dating world. Remember, true kindness stems from a place of genuine intention and self-assurance, not from a place of seeking validation or approval from others. If you're new here, take your time to explore my content, reflect on these Stoic principles, and consider subscribing to join me on this journey of self-discovery and growth. Let's cultivate a mindset that prioritizes inner strength and authenticity in all aspects of our lives. Number 1. Excessive apologizing. In the Stoic tradition, we are encouraged to be mindful of our actions and intentions, especially when it comes to matters of personal integrity and self-respect. Over-apologizing, while it may seem like a gesture of kindness or a means to avoid conflict, can actually undermine our own dignity and self-worth. Consider this. By constantly apologizing, even for things we didn't do wrong, we diminish our own sense of authenticity and self-respect. We compromise our integrity by accepting blame that isn't rightfully ours, simply to maintain a facade of peace. In a relationship, this habit can be particularly damaging. Instead of fostering mutual respect and understanding, over-apologizing sets a precedent for imbalance and disrespect. It erodes the natural dynamic where both partners uphold their own responsibilities and hold each other accountable when necessary. As Stoics, we must recognize that true strength lies in standing firm in our convictions and principles, even in the face of discomfort or conflict. This means having the courage to assert ourselves respectfully and assertively when we feel wronged, without succumbing to the pressure to constantly placate others. So, rather than reflexively apologizing to avoid confrontation, consider the long-term consequences of such actions. Uphold your own dignity and self-respect by holding yourself and others accountable for their actions. In doing so, you not only preserve your own integrity, but also contribute to the cultivation of a healthy, balanced relationship based on mutual respect and authenticity. Number 2. Validation craving. From a Stoic viewpoint, constantly seeking external validation and prioritizing others' happiness over one's own well-being can be seen as a failure to cultivate inner tranquility and self-sufficiency. Stoicism teaches individuals to focus on what is within their control, namely their own thoughts, actions, and attitudes, rather than seeking approval from others or trying to manipulate external circumstances to conform to their desires. Similarly, in line with the Aristotelian concept of eudaimonia, or flourishing, constantly sacrificing one's own happiness for the sake of pleasing others can be viewed as detrimental to one's overall well-being. Aristotle emphasizes the importance of cultivating virtuous character traits and pursuing a life of balance and fulfillment, which requires taking care of oneself and pursuing one's own goals and interests, rather than solely focusing on the opinions and happiness of others. Furthermore, the existentialist perspective highlights the importance of individual freedom and authenticity. Constantly seeking approval from others and engaging in people-pleasing behavior can be seen as a form of inauthenticity, where one sacrifices their own values and desires in order to conform to societal expectations or gain acceptance from others. Existentialist philosophers such as Jean-Paul Sartre emphasize the importance of embracing one's freedom and taking responsibility for one's own choices, even if it means facing disapproval or rejection from others. Overall, the advice to stop people-pleasing and prioritize self-love and self-respect aligns with various philosophical principles that emphasize the importance of individual autonomy, authenticity, and inner fulfillment. Number 3. Not setting boundaries. In Stoic philosophy, the concept of setting boundaries aligns with the Stoic virtue of self-discipline and self-respect. It's essential to establish clear boundaries in relationships to maintain personal integrity and ensure mutual respect. When we fail to set boundaries, we allow others to dictate our worth and undermine our own autonomy. This lack of self-respect can lead to a cycle of manipulation and exploitation, where others take advantage of our perceived weakness. Stoics recognize the importance of maintaining control over our own actions and decisions, especially in matters of personal relationships. By setting boundaries, we assert our autonomy and communicate our values and expectations clearly. Moreover, setting boundaries is not about being controlling or domineering, but rather about establishing healthy parameters for mutual respect and understanding. It's about creating a space where both parties feel safe and valued, free from exploitation or coercion. By enforcing boundaries, we demonstrate our self-respect and cultivate a sense of self-assurance that is attractive to others. Instead of being perceived as weak or submissive, we embody the qualities of an alpha male, someone who is confident, assertive, and in control of their own destiny. Ultimately, setting boundaries is an act of self-care and self-preservation. It allows us to protect our own well-being and maintain healthy relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. So, let us embrace the virtue of self-discipline and assert our boundaries with confidence and integrity. Number 4. Being a yes man. In the Stoic tradition, the principle of self-mastery is paramount. This includes the ability to assert oneself and uphold one's own values and principles, even in the face of external pressures or desires to please others. When we constantly say yes to everything, we relinquish our own agency and compromise our integrity. This habit not only diminishes our sense of self-respect, but also invites exploitation and manipulation from others. Stoics teach us the importance of aligning our actions with our values and principles, even if it means saying no to others. By doing so, we assert our autonomy and maintain our integrity, which is essential for earning respect from others, particularly in relationships. While it may seem difficult or uncomfortable to say no, especially to those we care about, it is ultimately necessary for preserving our own dignity and self-respect. Saying no when something doesn't sit well with us communicates that we have boundaries and are unwilling to compromise our values for the sake of others' convenience. Furthermore, saying no cultivates a sense of self-confidence and assertiveness that is attractive and admirable. It demonstrates that we are individuals of substance who are not easily swayed by external pressures or desires for approval. Ultimately, being a yes man may temporarily please others, but it undermines our own sense of self-worth and leads to a lack of respect from others. By learning to say no when necessary, we maintain our integrity and earn the respect and admiration of those around us, paving the way for meaningful and authentic relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. Number 5. Lack of assertiveness. Lack of assertiveness is a common pitfall that undermines the integrity and strength of character of many individuals, particularly in romantic relationships. In Stoic philosophy, assertiveness is viewed as a fundamental virtue that aligns with principles of self-respect and integrity. When we fail to assert ourselves, we compromise our own values and needs, allowing others to dictate the course of our lives. This lack of assertiveness not only leads to misunderstandings and frustrations, but also erodes our sense of self-worth and autonomy. Stoics advocate for the importance of clear and assertive communication in all aspects of life, including relationships. By expressing our needs, desires, and opinions openly and honestly, we establish healthy boundaries and foster mutual understanding and respect. Furthermore, being assertive is not synonymous with aggression or confrontation. It is about standing up for ourselves in a respectful and dignified manner without compromising the rights and feelings of others. By learning to assert ourselves effectively, we reclaim our power and agency in our relationships, ensuring that our voices are heard and our needs are met. This cultivates a sense of self-respect and empowerment that is essential for building fulfilling and harmonious connections with others. So, don't hesitate to assert yourself when necessary. Speak up, communicate your boundaries, preferences, and concerns assertively, and reclaim control over your own destiny. In doing so, you honor yourself and cultivate healthier, more authentic relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. Number 6. Avoiding confrontation. Avoiding confrontation is a common tendency among individuals who prioritize harmony and peace in their relationships. However, in Stoic philosophy, avoiding confrontation can be seen as a failure to uphold one's own integrity and self-respect. Stoics emphasize the importance of facing challenges and conflicts directly rather than shying away from them. By avoiding confrontation, we may inadvertently sacrifice our own needs and values for the sake of temporary tranquility, leading to underlying tensions and resentment. Furthermore, avoiding confrontation can hinder the growth and evolution of relationships as unresolved issues continue to fester beneath the surface. This can ultimately lead to more significant problems down the line as pent-up emotions and grievances manifest in destructive ways. Instead of avoiding confrontation, Stoics advocate for assertive communication and constructive conflict resolution. By addressing issues openly and honestly, we create an opportunity for mutual understanding and growth within our relationships. It's essential to approach confrontation with empathy and respect, striving to find common ground and solutions that benefit both parties involved. By embracing confrontation as an opportunity for growth and connection rather than a threat to harmony, we can cultivate stronger and more resilient relationships built on trust and mutual respect. In conclusion, while avoiding confrontation may seem like the easier path in the short term, it ultimately undermines the health and vitality of our relationships. By learning to confront issues assertively and constructively, we can foster greater intimacy, understanding, and resilience in our connections with others. Number 7. Indecisiveness. In the Stoic philosophy, decisiveness is a virtue that reflects clarity of mind and firmness of purpose. Indecisiveness, on the other hand, signifies a lack of confidence and self-assurance, which can undermine our role as leaders and decision-makers in relationships. As Stoics, we understand the importance of taking ownership of our actions and decisions. This includes being decisive and assertive in our choices, rather than hesitating or seeking validation from others, including our partners. Indecisiveness often stems from a desire to avoid conflict or displease others, but it ultimately leads to a loss of respect and autonomy. When we relinquish our decision-making responsibilities to others, we surrender our own agency and become passive participants in our own lives. Furthermore, indecisiveness can create imbalance and resentment in relationships, as one partner is left shouldering the burden of decision-making while the other remains passive. This dynamic can foster feelings of frustration and dissatisfaction, ultimately eroding the foundation of mutual respect and understanding. As men, it is our responsibility to lead with confidence and conviction, guiding our relationships with clarity and purpose. This means making decisions that align with our values and goals, and communicating them assertively to our partners. By embracing decisiveness, we demonstrate our strength of character and earn the respect of those around us. We create a foundation of trust and mutual respect in our relationships, where both partners feel valued and empowered to contribute positively. So let us shed the habit of indecisiveness and embrace the virtue of decisiveness, leading our relationships with confidence and purpose, and forging a path towards fulfillment and authenticity.